I'm Lisa. Welcome back to my channel, Chandler Elizabeth. Okay, this is the first time I'm wearing like an actual t-shirt, so it's like weird that my mic is exposed. I'm like, I don't really know how to hide that, so whatever. It's a Monday, my day off. I fucking put makeup on for this fucking shit. I wanted to do... Let me just adjust my fucking hair. Hold on, I'm almost ready. I wanted to do a video tomorrow. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I think I'm just stalling. I wanted to do a video tomorrow instead, but I was like, I need to do the video today because I just have all this like emotion, not really emotion, kind of just like anguish and unsettlingness in my body and my guts, just like bubbling up and out, and I was just like, I need to talk about it. So 6-6 and I ended things. Yeah, we did. So in my last video, I talked about how this whole entire last week or two, I kind of have been feeling disconnected. And that's just a conversation that we have to have because he probably doesn't really know my love language. And it's definitely words of affirmation is a big one. And so last night I came over and, you know, we're just hanging out, blah, blah, and I was like, trying to work up the courage to talk about it because it's like either a make it or break it type thing. So I was like, I just want to say that I've been feeling like I'm losing interest. And he was just like, okay. And wow, this bit is gonna be so boring. So I was like, I feel like I'm losing interest. And I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's just a defense mechanism that I'm doing. Because I do that all the time where I convince myself someone doesn't really like me and then I'm like, well, I don't really like them, so let's just stop. Or if it's just because I haven't been feeling as connected to you as I was in the beginning. And in the beginning was a whole other thing, you know, like the first week or two, it was new and I was chill about it, but the more time we spent together, the more caught up I got and I became obsessed. I was like, I want to live, eat, breathe everything that is him, like all of his molecules and particles. Like I was like, I want to be in your life like this. You can't even see my hand gestures. I want to be you. Not really, but yeah, like I told him, I was like, I definitely was obsessed. I think because it was new, or spending time together, things were moving so quickly and I just got caught up in the idea of everything. And now that I'm back to normal, you know, I'm like, I like you like a normal person. But at the same time, now these things are coming up like, do you really even like him? And like I said, I can't tell if that's a real worry. Oh, I need a burp. Or not. And he's like, I understand where you're coming from. And I was like, and I feel, and this might just be me, I feel like you don't like me as much, or you might not be as interested. And he was just like, no, I still like you. You know, my feelings haven't changed. And I was like, okay, good, because I don't feel that. I mean, good, what am I even saying? I was just like, I think, yeah, words of affirmation. We don't have to send long ass back and forth paragraphs to each other, but a simple text, you know, hey, I'm thinking about you, or whatever, that goes a long way. And he's like, no, that isn't just you. Like, girls in the past have said, why don't you text me type shit. And I'm just like, yeah, I think I need that reassurance. And I feel like once we get back to connecting, those feelings will come back. And he's like, yeah, that's not a problem. I can do that. But we also talked about how it's like 2 months in and you should still be feeling all of this excitement and it progressing, but it hasn't. And he brought that up the last time we talked about what we were, but we were only a month in, you know? He was just like, that's why I want to take things slow and I want to make sure. But things haven't progressed for either of us, which is it's kind of a bummer. because I do like him. And he does like me. I enjoy spending time with him, but it's just like, if things aren't, like, starting off 2 months in, like, they're not gonna magically happen, especially if we're not doing things, like going on actual dates. I think we've gone out and done a few things, but we haven't recently, like doing activities and shit, and we usually just hang out around the house, watch movies or whatever. So that was the whole thing. We had the conversation. I was like, this is how I feel. I feel like this is what needs to be done for me to feel better. But at the same time, he was just looking at me like, I don't really know what you want me to say, because I think I kept talking, like my mind was just rolling, and he was just like, well, what do you want me to say? And I'm like, I think I want you to say either, yeah, let's give this a try, or yeah, let's be done, because it is also concerning to me that things have not progressed. And how does that even happen or not happen when two people really like each other and they're both great people and enjoy being around? Like, I don't know how it just like completely disappeared for me. But in that moment, I felt reassured. I was like, yeah, things are great. And we're laying, cuddling, snuggling, watching movies, and then go to bed, wake up the next day, and I was just like, I don't feel better. Like I still kind of felt that weirdness that I felt when I walked in. I was just telling him, I was like, I just have like this deep-seated fear that everyone is going to disappoint me or fail me or leave me, and I want to be ahead of them. And I was just like, I just feel like I have one foot out the door, like just ready to run, so you don't get the chance to do that to me. Yeah. I guess I'm a little fucked up still. Yeah, so I didn't feel better the next day, and on the drive home, it was like a quiet drive for me. I was just like, even if he did text me like, hey, thinking about you, hey, miss you, would that even change anything? And I really was like, I don't think it would, but I guess we'll see. And then I got home, got ready to go to the gym, and then I think in about an hour or so he texted me and he was like, I've been thinking about the conversation we had last night, and I thought things would get better by now, and it hasn't really, and I don't want to waste your time or hurt you, so I think it's probably best if we stop seeing each other. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, I agree. I kind of hated that he jumped the gun and did that first, but no, I totally agree. Like that drive home, I was like, I should be feeling thrilled and excited, like, yay, we're gonna give this a try, and yay, we're gonna be all lovey-dovey again. But I didn't feel that. Again, such a fucking bummer, because he's so sexy. Dick, like, he's so hot. He's so hot. And he's so fucking intelligent. So intelligent. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that I wasn't thrilled about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we're both just very guarded and avoidant, and now that we sense, oh, things might not work out, we both just like, let's run away. But yeah, I was just laying there and I was like, I feel like I should feel something. Like I just feel like nothingness. But obviously when things end, even if it was your choice or whatever, like it's still a shift in your foundation and it still rocks you a little bit. Like I definitely do feel a little rocked. After he sent me that text, I was definitely on board, and I was also like, well, I'm still not doing anything today if you want to bang later. And we did, and I mean, it was good, I guess, but it's still, I wonder if I would have felt better had I not done that. But I don't know if I feel worse. but yeah, connecting wise, even during sex, like it was always, and I don't think it's just him, honestly. It was with a few guys after Corey, but it was just so hard for me to finish. Like I'd have to try really hard, and I'm like, why am I trying this hard? And then I'd get it all up in my head, and I'm like, what is happening? And then I like get close, and then I lose it, and I'm like, well, fuck. And then I get really frustrated. I think once the obsession was over, I started to become frustrated. Like, he came over one night. Usually when he does come over to my place, he's a little fucked up because he's had been out. And the last time he was here, I remember being like annoyed, and that was the first time that I was ever annoyed with him. I don't know why. I was just like, oh, he's here and he's fucked up. Which is also interesting because I do not like when he does that. You know, it's okay. Hello, I love to fucking party. But when you do it a couple of days a week, it's concerning. But not everyone is me, you know? Because I was like, oh, well, I remember when I used to go out all the fucking time and I was partying and raging because I didn't want to be home alone, or I didn't want to just sit around. I want to go out and have fun. But I was not having fun. And I think that when you're okay with yourself, when you're happy, you don't have the need to do that. You can sit at home and enjoy your time. And I wonder if I feel a little upset because I brought that up before I left. I was just like, I just wanted to say that I hope you find what you're looking for. You know, I hope you find the happiness. And I think he meant it as in, like, with someone. Because the back and forth, I was like, wait, do you even know what I'm talking about? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I just meant, like, because I fucking take one psychology class in high school, and I think I know all about psychology and reading people and all that stuff. And I was just like, I just meant about, like, you getting messed up and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go into details because that's his personal shit, but from what I picked up, literally our first date, I can read people. I'm really fucking intuitive, you know? Like, I see how you are, see how you say things, see what emotion you feel when you say these things, your eyes, your face, like, I see all that. And I have said before in the video, in one of my videos, that I feel like he's been deprived of, like, real love. He has some resentment towards people in his past, even stemming from childhood or whatever. So I think, you know, like, why, I was like, why else would you do that? Why else would you go out and get fucked up all the time? And he's just like, but then I interrupted him, like, well, maybe I'm just reading it all wrong. And he's like, well, yeah, I think some things you say are right, but I think you're wrong about that. And I was just like, well, I don't want to make it a whole thing. I was truly, truly trying to be sincere about it. Like, coming off like how I said before, like, I definitely feel like he has been deprived of love. And I have fucking a lot of love to give. And I was just so ready to do that for him, to share that with him. But it just all disappeared. Like, once I stopped being obsessed, it just kind of like, whoop. And it is a huge bummer. Yeah, because I really enjoyed being with him. But when we weren't together, I was like, you know, like, I don't know. It was really hard for me not to, like, keep comparing with Corey and stuff, because you fucking do that, you know. But it's also upsetting when he talks about, like, exes and what they do or didn't do, and I'm literally like, hello, I'm, like, everything that you want. No, that's not true. I'm not everything that he wants, but I feel like I have those important qualities that he needs in a person. But even then, you know, like, sometimes that's just not enough. Like, sometimes when he's talking, I definitely space out. And he definitely spaces out sometimes when I talk too. And I'm just like, especially in the beginning, I feel like you should be intrigued about what your person is saying and all that stuff, and, like, really be into it. But yeah, I mean, it's done. And I really wish that I didn't say some dumbass shit on the way out. Like, I wanted to come off like, I see who you are. And I hope you nothing but the, I see who he is. He can say whatever he wants. Like, I recognize that is fucking textbook shit. Take a psychology class, people. That is textbook, you know? Like, especially for men, shit like that, I feel like that hurts your ego. And you don't realize it. And I don't know. I mean, I tried. I ended up texting him later and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to come off like I was being judgy. I was trying to really be sincere. I don't consider our short time together as a waste. You know, I still think you're great, and I really do genuinely wish you well. And that was it. And then I drove home and I was like, I just feel even less than I don't know. I don't really know what to feel. I was laying there watching The Good Place, and I was just like, just cry. You'll feel better. Just cry. And I could not make myself cry. I was like, just fucking do it. And I couldn't. I want to cry so bad just because I feel like it would be like a nice release, but I just can't. And I feel like that should also be saying something. But I was laying there and I was like, just felt so like congested and like I was suffocating. I was like, I need to say it. I needed to say it to anyone. I needed to tell like anyone. So I texted my friend Skylar and I told her everything. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it was pretty mutual and blah, blah. And I feel this way and I feel that. And I did feel a single tear. I did feel better and I was like, fuck it. I'll just put on some goddamn makeup and I'll just do a video. Here we are. I think I feel this nothingness or whatever it is I'm feeling because, fuck, I got really close. Really, really, really close to love. It wasn't quite it, but I got really close and I think I just really wanted it. It was just so nice to to feel that, you know? Even he said it was nice to feel wanted and cared about and I guess in a way loved. But yeah. I wouldn't say I feel sad. I guess I am a little sad. Things ending, when anything comes to an end, that chapter is over. But I think I also feel relieved because sometimes I feel really anxious. Like I said in my other video, I only am anxious in certain environments and in the environment of feeling like, oh, he probably doesn't really like me anymore. That's when I feel really anxious because it's like, oh, now what's the next step? What do I do now? I need to do it now because I'm so fucking impatient. And I don't know, I kind of wish that I didn't bring it up. I kind of wish that I didn't bring any of this up. Even the first time when I was like, when are we? But I guess in a way I am. Oh no, you definitely should bring it up. You definitely should talk about your feelings. I'm not afraid to talk about my feelings. I just kind of feel like I wanted to give this a go and I kind of feel like I fucked it up. But at the same time, yeah, if you don't feel that rawness, it's not gonna fucking come up out of nowhere. Yeah, I got really close to love. I got really close. I felt it. I mean, I did tell him that I loved him one time when I was fucking wasted. One time, several times when I was wasted that one night. I got so close, man. And it was really nice. I definitely missed it. I have like shitty, naughty butterflies in my stomach right now thinking about it. But I mean, hey, I'm ready. I know I got a little scared and stuff, but I don't think you'd feel scared if it was with someone that you're supposed to be with. And I learned a lot. And I did really enjoy our time together. I think he's incredible. He's incredible. He's great. I feel like this video is so fucking boring. But I needed to talk about it, so there you are. I've literally been listening to Slide Away from Miley Cyrus on repeat all single day. The whole entire day. All single day. The whole day. Just on repeat. Screaming it at the top of my lungs. Because when I first heard that song, I was like, holy shit. This song is me to me. Because listening to the words, obviously she's talking about Liam and their divorce, but for me, I was talking, hearing those lyrics, I was feeling it for myself, like, move on, like, just let it go. Yeah, I've always said this, you can't force it. You can't force something to happen. And we didn't. And, we tried, but I thought maybe if we did more activities together, like, it would get better. But at the same time, I think I knew very early on that it wasn't going to. Why? Because of whatever it is. I don't want to say it like I'm like bad talking him, but whatever it is that he's going through, I feel like would have eventually gotten in the way of us. And it did. Well, I think it did. I think when you have that person right there who you are attracted to physically, who is literally your type physically and has the qualities that you want in a partner, and somehow it just isn't there, that kind of means something, right? I feel like he is also guarded, and maybe, I don't know a lot about his exes or stuff like that, but some people that he talked about, he's like, I'm really picky and blah, blah. And I'm just like, why did you stay so long with someone who wasn't right for you? And then I think I just kept thinking about how I was. Wow, I'm sitting really weird. I think I just kept thinking about how I was in the time of my life where I wasn't happy. I didn't like myself. I felt like I deserved to be treated like shit, so I allowed myself to be treated like shit by guys who were fucking nothing. And maybe I need to stop projecting the shit that I went through onto other people, but I kind of sense that. And I think that's kind of why I retracted, because I was just like, I just don't think it's gonna work. If your relationship will not work if you are not okay. Or recognize that you're not okay. Or try to be better. Because no matter what, you will either push them away or you will cling to them so hard because you need them, and then you don't really know where it's stemming from. But I don't know, maybe he just didn't like me that much, or maybe I just didn't like him. God, it does suck a little bit. It does. It sucks because I keep saying it. I think I didn't realize how much I wanted it until I met him, ran into him literally on the side of the street, and like things just shot up from there. I was just like, I didn't think that I wanted to fall in love. I didn't expect to. All of it just kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't fall in love, but I didn't realize how I wanted it. I got so close, and he's not it. I think I already knew that. Fuck! It's another 24-minute video. I feel like this video was very fucking boring. But yeah, we're done. Your girl's single. And I'm gonna go back to just hanging out by myself on my couch and watching TV. And reading. Should probably start meal prepping. and stop eating out, because I think my body is truly rejecting my meal replacement shakes. So I returned the tub. I was like, this is my third or fourth tub, and for some reason after every time I drink it, my stomach hurts and I have to shit my brains out. I don't think that's normal. So that's it. I feel like I had something else to say, but I cannot remember. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This video was pretty boring, so whatever. Follow me on Instagram, Hair by Lisa Left Eye, Snapchat Chandler Liz. Thanks. Bye. I wish there was music, but there's not.